Okay, as you can see, we have an oil leak here on the oil cooler, and we're going to replace the gaskets on the cooler and the housing, oil filter housing. This is a 2015 X3 with the 2-liter, and I'll show you how to change this out. We've got this oil cooler I'm using a 3/8 16 point to remove that. That works fine. And once we get to the housing, we're going to need a what is that? A 5/16. It's a 6-point. 5/16 6-point works well on that. So we're gonna let me start to take these off. I don't think I need to take much of this. I'll probably have to take this radiator hose loose here, and we've got a line here we're gonna have to take off. So let me get started. I'll show you if we have any issues. You're gonna want to put a pan underneath to try to catch this coolant. Once I opened up this hose, coolant drained out. Maybe a quart or so, still kind of going. Trying to catch some, but I thought it wouldn't be too much, but it is enough to where you want to catch it. And drain that out before you remove the cooler. Okay, we're going to take this last bolt out here at the bottom, and then we can remove the cooler. More water, a little bit left in there. Okay, so there's the cooler. Clean that up. Replace the gasket in this surface here. I'll get you a better picture of that. Get a little better view of that, but when I take it apart, but just to give you an idea how much oil's been leaking out of there. Okay, I was able to get this bottom nut off here with this 1/4-inch drive with a small extension. I was able to fit it in there. But if you've got maybe a open-end box, ratchet type, you might be able to get it a little easier. I'll take this one off. I loosen the top one, and there's one back here. Let's see how easy it is to get to that one in the back. I'll try to video that as well. Well, we're back. I'd clean this up, put the silicone on here, clean this side, put the new gasket silicone. This back rear bolt was a booger. I had to loosen up the intake manifold, and I can show you once we kind of get it together. But there's 5 bolts. I had to loosen up the intake so I could just move it a little bit to get to that last little bolt over here. I'll once I get it set up, put together here, I'll show you which bolt it was. Point out a new bolt I had to put in here is this one. It's the back side of the oil. There it is, maybe a better view from here. But the problem was this intake was in the way of getting that nut out, so it kind of stripped it coming out. So I put a new bolt in there, stripped the head a little bit. I put a hex head on there. It has one of these that's I think a T10 type. So that was the biggest issue there. I had to loosen the intake, remove some of these wires, and replace that bolt. Other than that, wasn't too bad. But let me get this water cooler on here, oil cooler, and let's see if we have any leaks. Okay, back, just buttoned up the oil cooler, put on the air intake, and made sure all the connections are back for the controls. And gonna change the oil, but then we'll check for leaks.